Association believe in good sportsmanship is an integral component of interscholastic competition. In order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, civility, honesty, and responsibility during and after all athletic contests. We encourage fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize outstanding performance of their opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Profanity, derogatory comments, and other intimidating words or actions directed at the game officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or other spectators will not be tolerated and will be grounds for removal from the site of competition. Ladies and gentlemen, be a positive representative of your school community. Thank you. Face coverings must be worn at all times during student athlete events, both indoors and outdoors, as part of the DCPS policy. We ask for your compliance and for your safety. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for today's game: referee James Jackson, umpire Darrell Crandall, linesman Anthony Bailey, line judge Antoine Lancaster, back judge Terrence Alexander, the clock operator is Mr. Pete Panell, chain crew is Robert Washington, Sinai Simon, and Isaac Butler. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and direct your attention to the end zone for the presentation of the colors for tonight's game. Presenting the colors for tonight's game is the Woodrow Wilson High School Honor Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing until the colors have been retired.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Horace Fleming III Field, for what should be a wet and cold one today at Wilson High School in Washington, D.C. The Wilson Tigers will host the Dunbar Crimson Tide for what should be a fun one today. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. Nathaniel, what are the keys to success for this Wilson Tigers team here early in this one, and how can they get going offensively and defensively?
Biggest thing with this offense, for this Wilson team, is the offense. The defense has been super consistent all year. They really developed through the season and made some big plays. But the offense has been a little different. They've been a little shaky. And the offense all starts with the run game. The team has 3 running backs that Coach Rogers likes to go to. We talked to Coach Rogers last Thursday. And when we asked him which of the running backs he thinks he trusts the most, he talked about how just whichever one is playing the best will get the most carries and will be out there the most. We know he made some changes to really have 2 running backs every time out there to help lead the blocks, and if they can get the run game going, they can be successful. And that's the same thing for Dunbar. We know they have some talented guys. We know they have Daquan Harvin, who's a super talented running back, almost 1,000 yards this season so far, only in 6 games, averaging around 150 yards per game. So if Wilson can stop him on the defensive end, that's really going to help them. But it all starts with the run for both teams. The rain might be a factor, so look for both teams to be running the ball a lot.
So the Tigers start the season 0-5, 5 losses in a row, non-league and league combined, and then they win 2 in a row the past 2 weeks. A W here at Ballou, which you guys saw on Wilson Live, and a W last week away, 43-0, commanding. Last 2 games have allowed 0 points on the defensive end, and we've got a good game against Dunbar today, and then the final game of the season against Woodson next week. So an important game for the Tigers if they want to get some good seeding for the DCIAA playoffs here. But the Dunbar Crimson Tide, they're a really solid team. They're 5-1 coming into this one, 3-1 in league play, and they're ranked 7th in DC right now, which is not too shabby, with powerhouse teams like St. John's and Gonzaga included in those rankings. Dunbar won their first 4 games commandingly, 60-0, 28-18, 58-0, 55-0, and their only loss of the season at Roosevelt, 28-21, in a really close one. They won last week at Woodson, and now they've got the Tigers. Tell me otherwise what this Dunbar Crimson Tide team can bring here, and what might be a problem for the Tigers here.
We know Dunbar is a big-time team. Like you just talked about, they have a great record and they're highly ranked in the city. We talked earlier about Daquan Harvin. We know he's going to get the run game going. They've got other running backs that can do the same thing, but the offense is really just run through Jabril Scott. Big-time quarterback, makes some great reads, likes to go deep when he's throwing the ball, often at what you see in high school football. And their just offense is very high-powered offense, winning these games 60-0, 58-0, and 55-0. And even in their tough, close games, they scored 20 points and above, where Wilson's offense hasn't been able to do the same thing. So if Wilson wants to win this game, their offense has to be able to capitalize on opportunities, and they have to stop this high-powered Dunbar offense.
So 59 and pretty chilly here to start this one. Rain will be a factor, a wet field already. It has been pouring all day, but hopefully the rain will hold out here during the game and allow us to have some good passing offense from both teams here. The Tigers will be back to receive this one and get ahead here early on senior night at Horace Fleming III Field. Tigers are wearing the green jerseys today with white pants and the classic white helmets. Dunbar will come out with a bit of a different look, white jerseys and red pants with that bright red helmet look. Armani Johnson and Jason Collins back to receive this one. We'll get underway here in just a second.
Kicking off at Dunbar, number 8.
Number 8, Lucas Panayo to kick this one off. He's got a good leg. And we're underway here at Horace Fleming the third field. That kick will be to Jason Collins, who will take that back to the 20 and be met by 3 Dunbar defenders and will be taken down at about the 29-yard line. The Tigers offense will take the field, led by quarterback Alex Godoviterne.
Yeah, we know this Wilson team offense has struggled a little bit. We talked to Coach Rogers last Thursday about some of the struggles the offense has. He talked about some of the changes he made, including moving the 2 tackles on the offensive line from a tackle position to the guard position. He says it's really opened up the holes in the middle of the field and really helped them work on their run game, along with the addition of a lot of these offensive snaps. Connor Riley coming in at that fullback position. He's really helped this Wilson offense really been able to be successful in these previous 2 games.
Godoviterne will start under center, interesting for the Tigers. And he'll hand it off to Jason Collins in the backfield, who is met by big number 51, Jaden Trice, for a big tackle in the backfield that will stuff Collins early here and prevent the run game from getting started.
Yeah, we know with this Wilson offense, they got to get something going early. We know when they've struggled in their first couple drives, they really haven't been able to get anything going in the rest of this game. And offense all starts with the quarterback, Alex Godoviterne. We know we talked to Coach Rogers again about Alex, and he talked about how Alex struggles with reading the routes too much and not focusing on the defense. So we'll see if Alex is able to make some changes and really get this pass game going.
Godoviterne under center once again. Collins behind him. He'll hand it off to Collins, who is stuffed once again and brought back all the way to the 15-yard line. That was number 52, Marco Mitchell, in the backfield.
Yeah.
Swarming tackle and great rush defense early from the Crimson Tide here.
Yeah, offensive line looking a little shaky both times, both plays back-to-back. They were able to get in the backfield and pick up a big tackle for a loss, leading Wilson and now being around a 3rd and 19. Big play right here. See if Wilson can convert this one.
That'll set up about a 3rd and 19, as Nat said. Godoviterne will line up in the shotgun, traditional Tigers offense here. He's got Collins to his left. Godoviterne will look to pass and fire to the right side to Armani Johnson, who breaks a tackle and will break into the open field to about the 35, short of the first down though.
Yeah, interesting. Looks like the punt team is going to come on the field. Big play right there by Alex. Not able to pick up the first down though. But I'm liking that then little bit of action that they got on a huge play right there. We know Wilson has struggled in the pass game. But if Wilson can stick to the basics, Alex can make basic reads like that, they can be successful today.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Rogers last Thursday about how Godoviterne has to be in motion to throw. He's better when he doesn't have to decision make, and we want to see him let loose here in this one and have a great game. Wall will be back to punt on this 4th and 5 with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. Good snap from Riley and a decent boot from Wall, high in the air but a little short. That'll drop at about the 50-yard line and be sat on by a Tigers punt specialist.
Yeah, not the greatest punt right there from Wall. Might be a factor that he's not able to get his kicking shoe on as he's playing more of mostly every down now. We saw early on in the season he was playing all special teams and all defensive plays, but now he's stepped into more of a tight end role where he helps the offense out there by blocking. So that could be a factor on these punts where now we see this Dunbar team in some great field possession looking to attack.
Not many people here tonight on this senior night. Only about 200 people will fill the stands. Jabril Scott for the Dunbar Crimson Tide will be in the shotgun on this snap. And he'll hand it off to the consistent back, Daquan Harvin, who is met by many Wilson defenders, but he'll power through to the 53-yard line. A great run from Daquan Harvin to get this started.
Yeah, Coach Rogers can't be happy with that one. That was Casey Wood in the backfield. Looked to be that he was going to be tackled for a loss, but we know Daquan Harvin's a hard guy to tackle. Big dude there in the backfield, able to extend of more of a 1-yard gain to more of a 6-yard gain.
Jabril Scott will fire this one in here to number 4, Elijah Starkey, for a 5-yard gain and what should be a first down here. Crimson Tide moving the offense early.
It looks like there's some confusion from the sideline. Dunbar moving nicely so far, already on the Wilson side.
This will be a 1st and 10 here. Scott in the shotgun. Harvin behind him. He'll hand it off to Harvin, who breaks free and breaks back to the secondary. He's met by DCIAA tackle leader Ian Wall, but not before a huge gain and another 1st down for the Crimson Tide. That'll move the sticks there. Daquan Harvin getting started here early.
Yeah, we talked about it right away. Harvin's a tough guy to tackle, leading the league in runs, in yards per game.
Harvin will get the ball once again and be swarmed by Tigers defenders. Tackled for a bit less than he's used to in this game so far, but still a decent gain for Harvin.
Yeah, got to think that they continue to go to the run game, as Wilson has had no stop for it. Even on that big rush, that was Captain Armani Johnson missing that tackle.
Scott will hand it off once again to Harvin. Harvin breaks a tackle, but is brought down eventually.
Yeah, even on a play right there, 3 Wilson defenders are all have to be there to take him down, and he still is able to fall forward. Wilson has got to do a bit better job of tackling him if they want to be successful today.
A 3rd and 2 here, big for the Crimson Tide early. Scott in the shotgun. He'll hand it off once again, and that's number 2, Michael Brown Jr., and he's swallowed up by the Tigers. A combination of Ian Wall and Mikey Rosebar there. That'll set up a 4th down here. Interesting to see what might happen for the Crimson Tide here early.
Yeah, that's the best tackle I've seen so far. I'm liking the energy that Wilson is doing, seeing if they can get a stop in this red zone. That was 1st and goal, so see if they can get another stop on 2nd and goal.
Scott in the shotgun once again. He'll fire this one out to Michael Brown. Brown breaks a tackle and will be short of the end zone, but that should be a 1st down there and move the sticks for the Crimson Tide once again.
Yeah, 3rd and goal here. Great blocks right there by the setup by those wide receivers, allowing just a little screen pass to pick up around 10 yards. Give them a great opportunity on the goal line to take it in for 6.
Scott will be in the shotgun once again. He's got his trusty back Harvin in the backfield, and he'll hand it off to him, who is met by many Tigers defenders, eventually brought down there by Casey Wood and Connor Riley. Good tackles there by the Tigers to prevent the touchdown from Harvin.
Yeah, huge stop right there by the defense. Dunbar offense staying on the field. This is going to be a huge momentum factor for both teams. Who, if Dunbar can get in the end zone, that's huge for them. But if Wilson can get the stop here, that's ginormous for them. Getting 3 state stops right in a row, seeing if they can get their 4th and 1 on the goal line.
A 4th and 1 here. Scott in the shotgun. He's got Harvin behind him. They'll go with the power set and hand it right off to Harvin, who will be in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Number 6 on the carry.
Yeah, just can't stop him 3 times. Harvin's one of those, like we talked about, a hard guy to tackle. This time finds the hole right up through the middle and takes it in for 6.
A simple inside zone set there for the Crimson Tide will get Harvin in the end zone early, and it was all Harvin on that drive. He had 3 huge runs that put the Crimson Tide ahead, and 3 handoffs besides the screen pass, and Harvin runs it right in. Lucas Panayo again for the kick. A muffed hold, and that'll be blocked by the Tigers. Good special teams there, and you wonder if the slippage played a factor there for that holder for the Crimson Tide. Panayo not able to put that one in and capitalize on the extra point, so it'll stay 6-0 here.
Yeah, seemed to not be the greatest snap right there by the snapper, and then like we said, rain might be a factor in this game. Holder was not able to put a great hold on this one. Wilson's only able to hold them to 6. I'm liking a little bit of this defense that Wilson did, stopping them 3 times inside that red zone. If they would have been able to do that earlier on that drive, might have been a different story on the scoreboard.
So the Crimson Tide march down the field very quickly. Hurry up offense sets and a lot of runs to Harvin will put us at 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in this first quarter. 6-0. Dunbar will be on top after the Harvin touchdown. Panayo looking to redeem himself after the missed extra point. He'll boot this one away, but they'll come back to redo this one after a penalty.
Yeah, this one's going to be on Dunbar. Key factor I was thinking about earlier in this game was penalties. Penalties really killed this Wilson team on not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. This time it's going to be on Dunbar. If Wilson can keep the penalty flag off the field, that's a great sign, as a lot of their offensive drives and defensive drives have been killed by penalties.
Offside on the Crimson Tide. That would be a 5-yard penalty.
So now Wilson looking to return this one, get some better field position after the penalty.
Armani Johnson and Jason Collins back to return this one. Panayo on the kick once again. He stutters there for a second, and that'll turn into a bit of a squib and give the Tigers good field position there. It looked like Panayo might have slipped, but don't think he would have intended to do that. That'll put the Tigers at about the 39-yard line. Great field position for this offense to see if they can get started and work for a first down here.
Yeah, I'd like Wilson to go back to the basics, go back to what they're used to. They struggled to on first and second down with Gadavaterne under center. Got to think that they try to go back to their normal set with Gadavaterne in the shotgun with 2 running backs in the backfield.
That was Rob Nelson who knocked that one down and took it back about 5 yards. Gadavaterne will be under center once again here from the 38-yard line. A 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and 13 seconds left. Rosebar will check in the game at the fullback position. We know what he's capable of. Collins behind him, and the offense will force an offsides there from Dunbar. Looked like they were on a hard count there, and Gadavaterne does a good job at forcing the Crimson Tide to jump offside.
Yeah, I expected in this game for Dunbar to be the more composed team and Wilson to be the ones that are giving up the penalties, but it's looking like the opposite. Dunbar's defensive lineman getting a little antsy up there, and Gadavaterne is able to jump them offside, giving Wilson the 1st and 5.
So interesting to start here. Gadavaterne has came out under center majority of the time. That's unusual for the Tigers offense. He'll be under center once again. Same formation. Rosebar at the fullback position and Collins behind him. He'll hand it off to Collins, who has a good hole but is met by 2 Crimson Tide defenders. He'll gain about 4 yards on that carry. Pretty solid run to start the Tigers offense on a 1st and 10.
Yeah, he just finds a hole through the line, but then is met by those big Dunbar linebackers. Still a 2nd and 3 due to the penalty, so still some good opportunity for Wilson to pick up their first down of the day.
Love to see Gadavaterne drop back and fire this one to a receiver like he did on that first drive.
Yeah, I like to see him stay under center, stay in the pocket, get as much time as possible from this offensive line, and then make the read.
Gadavaterne under center once again. Collins behind him. He'll hand it off to Collins once again, who slips on the wet turf, but will get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Looked like he might have been about a yard ahead of it. That'll set up a 3rd down here.
Yeah, 3rd down. Wilson continues to go down into that I formation, really just kind of committing to the run. We'll see if they continue this throughout this game, as they really haven't been able to break anything out in this run game so far.
Coach Rogers really drilling Gadavaterne as he ran off to the sideline to receive that play. 3 minutes and 45 seconds now. A big 3rd and 2 to start this first quarter. Gadavaterne will be in the shotgun. Rosebar to his left, Collins to his right. Collins will go out in the backfield and they'll throw it. That was Armani Johnson towards the sideline, but he'll be short of the first down. That'll be a 4th down now. And it looks like the Tigers will go for it.
Yeah, I like this play call right here. 4th down and 2. Big play right here. Wilson's offense looking very slow right now. Like to see Wilson to continue to go to the pass game, but that one was just not a deep enough route. Johnson was just running towards that line of scrimmage, and his falls backwards and is not able to pick up anything there.
That'll set up a huge 4th and 2 here early for the Tigers if they want to get anything going offensively. Gadaviterne in the shotgun. He's got Rosebard to his left and Collins to his right. 3 receivers stacked to the bottom of their screen. Gadaviterne will take the snap and hand it off to Collins, who breaks free for the first down. He's got room to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown Tigers! A flag thrown in the backfield.
You gotta think that this is going to be another one called back. We know in that Blue game that they had 4 touchdowns called back. Looks like the Wilson offensive lineman not happy with this one. So you gotta think this one's going to be taken back and maybe force the punt team to go out, as it'd be a 4th and 7 if they chose to go for this one.
Unfortunate penalty call there. Coach Rogers livid on the sideline at Armani Johnson, it seems. We talked a lot to Coach Rogers about how blocking is all effort, and he really works with his guys about how to block and how to get up in there, and frustrating to see a holding there for what was a great run from Collins.
That 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, they're not moved back at all, so offense stays on the field. 4th down and 2, it looks like they're repeating the play.
Yeah, they'll repeat this play. Interesting by Coach Rogers, he'll keep the offense on the field once again. Like the boldness there. Gadaviterne will be in the shotgun, the same formation as we saw on that touchdown run. He works a hard snap, a hard count. And he'll snap this one and look to pass, met by a Dunbar defender, and he'll step up in the pocket for what might be a first down. Gadaviterne tries to make something happen, and that will be a first down. The refs are signaling it.
Yeah, big play right there by Gadaviterne. We continued to talk about how we talked to Coach Rogers, and we talked with Coach Rogers about having Gadaviterne try to have as much time in the pocket. And even when the pocket breaks down, he doesn't like what Gadaviterne runs out to the sideline, wants him to try to work upfield as much as possible. And Gadaviterne does do that play and is able to pick up the first down. Huge play for this Wilson Tigers team.
A huge run for Gadaviterne to pick up that first down. He'll be under center for this one. Collins behind him, and he'll hand it off to Collins, who is met by many Crimson Tide defenders in the backfield, and he'll be tackled for a loss there. Collins swallowed up.
Yeah, gotta think at some point they're gonna switch it up, kind of go away from that I formation. It has not been working. Dunbar defenders have really been able to get off their blocks, expect the run when they're in that formation, and just be able to get into the backfield and pick them up for some yardage.
So after the Jason Collins touchdown was brought back after the holding call, we'll set up a 2nd and 13 here with 40 seconds left in this first quarter. Gadaviterne under center. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Collins, who will bounce it out to the right side. Breaks one tackle, but he's brought down by a Crimson Tide secondary defender.
Yeah, they continue to run the ball. Now that it's going to lead up to a 3rd and long situation. Now Wilson is forced to attack downfield. Not saying I totally agree with these play calls right now that Coach Rogers is going to. Like to think that Wilson tries to switch it up or maybe aggressive, try to pass on 1st and 2nd down instead of forcing their offense to be in some 3rd and long situations.
Well, it seems the run game has been working on this drive at least. Obviously, those last 2 plays aren't showing for it, but it seems like they've done decently well so far.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Wilson's showing some shines late with that big Jason Collins touchdown in that first quarter, but forced to be called back after a holding call. After the first quarter is a 6-0 Dunbar lead, and we'll be back with you the start of the second.
Feel free to go get some pizza, wings, warm chocolate chip cookies, water soda chips. Go support the athletic department of Wilson. They appreciate your support.
And welcome back here to the Wilson Live broadcast. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman back at Horace Fleming III field here to start this second quarter. A 3rd and 14, big for the Tigers. Gadavaterne in the shotgun. He's got Rosebar to his right, and he'll drop back to pass. He fires that one to the sideline, intended for Armani Johnson.
Yeah, punt team coming out on the field. Johnson was open on that little long curl route, but Gadavaterne tries to attack towards that sideline. A little bit miscommunication between Johnson and Gadavaterne, so punt team is forced to come out. Wilson again gives up a punt early. See if Wall can boot this one farther.
Yeah, tough for the Tigers after scoring what would have been a 55-yard touchdown called back. And now Wall will be forced to punt this one on a 4th and 14.
Yeah, we know Wilson has had a lot of quarterback struggles. Partly this is because Wilson does not have a quarterback coach.
Good punt from Wall there. Michael Brown Jr. there back to return that, but that'll roll out of bounds. Pretty solid from Wall there. That'll put the Crimson Tide at about the 20.
Yeah, beautiful punt right there by Wall. Like the improvement after that kind of weak punt on that first possession. Now Dunbar, Crimson Tide, backed up in their own red zone. See if Wilson can get a big defensive stop, try to get their offense back on the field.
Crimson Tide came out firing on that first drive. A really fast-paced offense that might have caught the Tigers off guard to start that one, but super quick with the handoffs and screen passes, and not much time spent in the huddle either. Scott will be in the shotgun once again. He's got Harvin behind him, and he'll hand it off to Harvin, who will try and bounce this one outside and cut it back inside for about a 5-yard gain. Good run from Harvin to get the Crimson Tide going once again.
Yeah, Harvin has been super effective so far today. Able to pick up around 6 yards on that one. Injury on the play, not good to see for this Wilson Tigers team. But like we said, Wilson has got to do a better job of putting more effort in, not only on the offensive end with blocking, because that's what Coach Rogers' main focus is. If you're not putting enough effort, you're not going to be playing on this field, and he's not going to be happy. Doesn't care how talented you are. If people are putting in more effort and making tackles and putting in the effort that he wants to see, they will play in the game.
Shaking up Tigers player towards the end of that play. He'll walk off the field. This will set up a 2nd and 4 here after a 6-yard Harvin run. Harvin came into this one with 948 rushing yards. That's a DCIAA high by far.
Yeah, if Dunbar can continue to be effective in the run game, it will look ugly for this Wilson team. Wilson has got to stop this run if they want to win this one.
Harvin will be to the left of Scott once again. He'll hand it off to Harvin, who will bounce it out to the right side, and really good tackle there by Armani Johnson, but not before a good run from Harvin.
Yeah, this one's going to lead to a 3rd and short. Great tackle right there by Johnson. Wilson's really stacking the box with almost 3 linebackers and bringing the safeties down, really trying to stop this run. I like this defense style that Coach Rogers is going to. So Dunbar, big 3rd down. See if Wilson can get a stop and get their offense back on the field.
Scott in the shotgun once again. He'll look to pass this one, and he has an open receiver, and that'll be caught by Michael Brown Jr., who will go untouched into the end zone. Not sure if that was the intended receiver, but Brown Jr. wide open, and Scott fires that one downfield for Brown Jr., who will waltz into that end zone to put the Dunbar Crimson Tide up further. Wow, huge play there from the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, don't know exactly what happened. It looks to be 2 streaks on that right-hand side of the field, and just one wasn't covered, so that Wilson cornerback elects to go down to the one in the more inner side of the field, and the ball reaches the outer side of that streak, and he's able to take this one to 6 on a wide open pass.
Yeah, it looked like they came out in a zone set there, and they attacked the right side of that zone, but not sure what the cornerback was seeing there. It seemed like he was a little confused on that coverage. Scott will be in the shotgun. They're going for 2 after the missed extra point. They'll throw it out to the left side to Harvin, who is met by 2 Tigers defenders, and that's the second leading tackler in the DCIAA behind Ian Wall. That's Robert Nelson with a huge light-up tackle.
Yeah, big stop right there by Wilson. Wilson's still down 12-0. Got to make something happen on this drive if they want to stick in this one.
So after the missed extra point and missed 2-point conversion, the Dunbar Crimson Tide will be down up 12-0 instead of 14-0.
Yeah, all it takes is one Wilson touchdown to really get them back in this one. Veteranity's got to get this offense working. Coach Rogers has got to work with his team and make something happen. Looks like there'd be some confusion between him and number 3, Jordan Strickland, the corner on that one. Looked like Coach Rogers was not happy with after giving up that huge 50-yard touchdown.
Penayo looking to boot this one off again. Collins and Johnson back to return this one. Johnson will take it. He'll take this back to the 25-yard line. Tries to bounce it outside. Will hit a stiff arm and a spin move and be brought down at about the 34-yard line. Pretty solid return from Johnson there.
Yep, giving Wilson some good field position around the 35-yard line. Looking to attack, looking to string some first downs together. Maybe look for them to try to attack the pass game early, as the run game on 1st and 2nd down last drive wasn't really going for them.
Dare I say the Tigers need a touchdown on this drive. (12-0) here. 10 minutes and 5 seconds left in this second quarter. This will set up a 1st and 10 for Veterany and the Tigers. He'll be under center. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Collins, who has a little misdirection and will be brought down. Combination of Elijah Starkey and Michael Brown there on that tackle, but Collins gets about 1 yard on that one.
Yeah, interested to see that Collins has been the main back in this one. Landon Prince has not been in the backfield getting a carry so far this game. See if that changes so far as Prince, besides that one, Collins, besides that one big play that was called back for the touchdown, hasn't been super effective.
Speaking of Landon Prince, haven't seen a lot of him here early. Haven't seen him on the sideline either. Wondering if there's an injury there or if something is up behind the scenes. Veterany will be in the shotgun, and he'll hand it off to Rosebar, the power back, who will fight through for a gain of about 3 yards. Rosebar getting his first carry of the game and making a gain with it.
Yeah, now again leading to around a 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 4 if you're lucky. Wilson picks up some good yardage on that Rosebar carry, but still lured into a 3rd down. Haven't been able to pick up a 1st down yet so far on 1st, 2nd, or 3rd down. So see if they can pick one up here.
Yeah, run game definitely picking them up some yards, but you'd love to see a good connection here on the pass. Veterany in the shotgun. He'll have blocking and power back Rosebar in the backfield with him. A 4-receiver set Gadavaterne will take the snap and look to pass. He fires to the sideline to Collins, who will drop this one. A tough, hard, low throw from Gadavaterne, but Collins, with what seemed to be a catchable ball, will drop that one.
Yeah, again, Wilson goes 3 and out. Went 3 and out in that first drive, was able to pick up 1 first down on that second drive. But again, we talked to Coach Rogers last Thursday about Gadavaterne. He said Gadavaterne has all the attributes to be a successful quarterback, can make all of these throws, but like we saw there, sometimes he gets in his own head, and the ball is a little bit underthrown. Well, I'm not saying the wide receiver shouldn't have caught that one, but not the best placed ball.
So Wall will be back to punt this one. A bit of confusion.
It's going to be a timeout, Wilson. Little confusion on this.
There's a timeout on the field.
Confusion for Wilson on this punt. So Wilson going 3 and out, 2 possessions so far. Offense not looking too hot. Got to get a stop on this drive if they want to stay.
So Wall will try this one more time. Wall will run to the right with this one, and a great punt. Fair caught by Michael Brown.
Yeah, beautiful punt right there by Wall. Again, able to force Dunbar to be inside their own red zone, inside their own 20. Got to give their defense a chance to be able to pick up a big stop, and maybe gives their offense some great field possession. Again, for supporting us, we appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. We're here for all Wilson Live sporting events, not only all home games, but along with some away games. We had some great action of Wilson sports yesterday, including the girls winning the DCIAA championship.
Yeah, agreed.
Soccer.
A great week for Wilson Live so far. Hit the subscribe button if you're interested in this content. Scott in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Michael Brown, who bounces out to the right side. He has a lot of room to the 30, to the 40. He's still untouched. To the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown! Crimson Tide. Michael Brown with a great run to the right side. Breaks a couple of tackles and is untouched into the end zone.
Yeah, huge run right there by Michael Brown. A little more of the speedy back in this backfield for Dunbar. Able to pick up a huge play, and again, Dunbar able to extend their lead 18-0 here. Wilson's defense not looking good so far, but able to give up touchdown on each 3 of their possessions, including 2 big touchdowns by Michael Brown, on both of them.
Yeah, we know this defense feeds into leading tacklers like Ian Wall and Robert Nelson, but so far not too successful, and giving up the big play twice. Unfortunate here for the Tigers. Looking to get a stop on this 2-point conversion and keep this to a 3-possession game. Scott will be in the shotgun, and he'll hand it off to Harvin, who will bounce it out to the left side and jog in to that 2-point conversion. So that'll put Dunbar on top, 20-0. Tigers take the field looking to make something happen towards the end of this first half.
Yeah, if you're Coach Rogers there, you can't be happy with that one. Giving up a huge touchdown there. And you had multiple guys that were able to make a tackle. None of them have made the tackle there. And it leads to another touchdown. We can see Rogers on the sideline not looking too pleased with his team's play so far. Now Dunbar out to kick this one. Wilson needs a touchdown here if they want to stick with this one, because Dunbar will not only probably have another offensive drive in this one, but they will start with the ball in this second half.
Panayo to kick this one once again with 7 minutes and 52 seconds left in this first half. Once again, a little bit of a squib. That'll fall into the hands of Taiwan Day, who has a lot of room and will get to about the Crimson Tide's 45. A great return on what looked to be a missed kick there from Panayo.
Yeah, some kicking issues from Panayo. Day right here is able to return this one for a big play. Able to give Wilson some field position inside Dunbar's half. Maybe give some offense some light that they need if they want to get on the scoreboard. Got Materne back on the field here. See if this offense can maybe work the run game and pick up some big yardage or get the pass game going.
Materne will line up in the shotgun for a 1st and 10 here after the good return by Day. 7 minutes and 44 seconds left, still 20-0 after the long touchdown from the Dunbar Crimson Tide. Materne will take the snap and hand it off to Collins, who has a lot of room and will bounce it out to the right side and will be tripped up by Michael Brown, but not before a good gain from Jason Collins, who has been consistent here.
Yeah, that one was actually Armani Johnson picking up that rush right there. Interesting to see him in the backfield. Normally more of a wide receiver in this one, but able to show his speed in that backfield and pick up a big play. Actually, sorry, that was Jason Collins. I read the number wrong. I apologize. So now Wilson looking to a 2nd and short. See if they can continue to work the run game.
Materne will be in the shotgun. He will have Collins to his right once again. 3 receivers to your top of your screen and 1 to the bottom. Materne will take the snap and hand it off. An inside zone to Collins, who's swallowed up by that right end. It's Markel Mitchell there.
Yeah, again, Wilson's not able to convert on that 2nd and short, leading them to, a 3rd and 2. Huge play right here by Wilson. Can't afford to go a 3rd and out again.
That'll set up a 3rd and 2 here on the 37-yard line. Wilson looking to capitalize on the good field position from the Taiwan Day return. Coach Rogers looking to make something happen here. Materne will be in the shotgun once again. Same formation as last play, except Collins will be to his left this time. A huge 3rd and 2 for the Tigers offense. Materne takes the snap and will fake the handoff and throw it deep to an open Armani Johnson. Oh boy, Armani Johnson seemed to have room there, but a bit of an overthrow. Materne with pressure there on the fake handoff, but I love the play call from Coach Rogers there. An aggressive play call on 3rd and 2 and not afraid to air the ball out as Materne.
Yeah, Materne was hit as he threw that one. Again, I agree with you. I like in the play action call there. Wilson has really attacked the run game. This time they're able to attack man coverage on that right-hand side. Materne is not able to connect with Johnson, but see if they can continue to go to the pass on this time a 4th down and short.
We know Materne likes to throw in motion. He's better in that aspect, so look to see a little more of that. Materne will be in the shotgun, same formation as last play. A huge 4th and 2 to end this first half. And they'll be on a hard count and fake the snap, but Wall jumps off sides there, and that'll bring the Tigers back. Unfortunate on a miscommunication on a hard snap there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 2nd costly penalty of this Wilson game. We saw that penalty early on that big touchdown run by Jason Collins being called back. This time it's gonna be on a 4th and short, forcing Wilson to be in a more of a 4th and 7 situation, almost forcing them to go to the pass game here.
I like the hard count early here from Materne. That's something that we saw a lot of from teams like Bell earlier in the season, and the Tigers haven't incorporated it much in their offense, but coming out a lot this game with the hard count, and I like it. Gadavaterne will be in the shotgun. Collins to his right, a big 4th and 8 here with 5 minutes and 45 seconds. He'll fake the handoff and throw it, intended for Armani Johnson, but broken up. Good coverage. Johnson asking for a pass interference, but the ref's not budging.
Yeah, Rogers has only been, Gadavaterne has only been able to complete 2 passes so far. Pass game really hasn't been effective so far. And a key thing for this game, key linebacker and also fullback, Connor Riley looks to be injured on the sidelines, taking his jersey and his pads off. Not a good sign if you're a Wilson fan. Key player for them on both sides of the ball.
That was Saki Frost for the Dunbar Crimson Tide on that coverage. Johnson pretty upset with the no call.
Now Wilson's defense back on the field, looking to get a big stop here.
Scott will be in the shotgun per usual. He's got Harvin to his left. He fakes the handoff and fires it deep down the sideline, up in the air. And good coverage there. That was Jordan Strickland on that top side of your screen. Ball thrown up, aggressive play from the Crimson Tide to start this drive.
Yeah, great pass rush out there by the defense. Wall was in the backfield. This time, Dunbar elects to continue to try to attack downfield again on a streak. This time, Strickland's able to play some great defense after giving up that 60-yard touchdown on the previous offensive play.
Scott will be in the shotgun once again. He'll drop it back and pass this one, a little slip screen there, and that'll work. The back is in the open field in a light up truck. Oh boy. That'll be a first down for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, huge play right there. Able to get up in some space and pick up some huge yardage on that little screen pass.
So that'll be a 1st and 10 after the good run. Scott in the shotgun once again. He'll look to pass this one, and he does. A little curl route to Elijah Starkey there, who will pick up a gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, 3 of those Wilson captains able to complete that tackle. That was Mikey Rosebar, Armani Johnson, and Ian Wall. Those 3 names are being called a lot because they are all over the field on this defensive end.
Scott will be in the shotgun once again. A 2nd and 7 here after the decent stop from the Tigers. He'll look to pass this one again. A screen pass to Brown, who will break 1 tackle and be brought down, but not before getting a first down. That was Jordan Strickland on the tackle there for the Tigers, but a nifty little screen pass for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, some of these plays that you would think that are normally be tackled for a loss, I mean not for a loss, but for a short gain. Rogers is looking not happy with his team, not able to make some of those tackles. He's talking to number 29, Robert Nelson, not happy with the effort or the tackle being made there. But some of these, like I was just saying, a lot of these plays, Dunbar's done a great job of being able to extend them into huge plays where you would normally think it's a short gain on a little run, like we saw in that 2nd touchdown, or a little screen pass where they've been able to pick up huge first downs. Really been able to move the ball nicely on the offensive end so far. Wilson has had no counter.
So 4 minutes and 23 seconds left. If you're just tuning in, Dunbar, Crimson Tide up 20-0 here to start this one. They've had a deep passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown from the consistent back Harvin, and a huge rushing touchdown from Michael Brown.
Yeah, CF Coach Rogers' instillment that he just talked to his defense can make the changes here. Almost inside that red zone. Wilson needs to get a stop here if they want to be in this game at all.
Jabril Scott will be in the shotgun. He's got Harvin to his right, 2 receivers to the top of your screen, and Michael Brown to the bottom of your screen. They'll motion Brown across the screen, and do a little end-around reverse play intended for Brown.
There's a penalty
But the flag will be thrown before anything can happen.
Procedure against the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, this seems to be a legal procedure on the offense. Going to be working back towards that 30-yard line, 32-yard line. Now Wilson's defense has an opportunity to get a big stop here. First down and long. Wilson just can't give anything downfield and make their tackles if they want to get a stop here.
So they'll redo the first down after the illegal procedure from the Crimson Tide. They'll try that reverse again and fake the handoff and go to Harvin, who had a good amount of room, but a good tackle by Robert Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson looks to be in a little bit of pain. Big tackle right there by Wilson, but great pay call from the Dunbar. I'm liking the different types of variety that they're going at. This time on the fake end around reverse, able to hand it off to the running back and pick up a good yardage of around 4 yards.
So we see Prince getting loose on the sideline there. Looks like he's getting ready to come in. This will be a 2nd and 10 after the fake handoff and the Harvin run. Scott will pitch it to his right to Harvin. Harvin will bounce it out to the outside. Tremendous speed on display, and he'll be brought down short of the first down, but a solid run after a simple pitch from the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, like we said earlier, Harvin's a hard guy to tackle, strong guy, fast. This time able to extend this one to the outside, kind of fake out wall, and pick up a big yardage, leading down to a 3rd and 2.
A big 3rd and 2 here to end this first half. And a flag will be thrown. That'll be on the defense.
Yeah, so Dunbar's going to be able to pick up the first down, continue to work inside this. Wilson inside their red zone. The red zone.
All sides on the defense.
Costly penalty here. If they were able to pick up a stop right here, that might have been a huge play for Wilson.
That penalty will give the Crimson Tide a 1st down and 10.
Scott in the shotgun. He'll motion Michael Brown and hand it off to him. Brown has some good room, and he catches the outside, and he will go in, but not before a flag is thrown. Looks like that one will come all the way back after a little reverse to Michael Brown, who finds the end zone, but it seemed like he had a holding that gave him an advantage there.
Yeah, Brown has been all over the field. Wilson lucky to be called on that holding call there on Dunbar, unless it would be a touchdown if it wasn't. But Wilson's defense still continues to be shaky. Dunbar's offense has really been able to get anything that they want so far today.
1st down and 16 from the 20-yard line.
So 1st and 15.
For the Crimson Tide.
Wilson looking to pick up a big stop here.
Scott in the shotgun. Harvin to his left. Brown to the top of your screen. They'll hand it off to Harvin, who will bounce it out to the right side. He goes all the way outside and will pick up about 3 yards there before being tackled by Taiwan Day towards the sideline.
Yeah, able to pick up good yardage right there, around 6 yards. Able to bring it to around a 6, 2nd down and 9. Run game has really been effective for them. And it's really opened up all kinds of trick plays and passes downfield that this Dunbar offense, this Dunbar Crimson Tide offense has been able to do anything they want and been able to get in the end zone there through first 3 offensive drives.
A minute and 35 seconds left and counting.
Pass is incomplete to number 17.
Scott attempts a pass there. Quick play.
Yeah, trying to hit Delvin Thompson over the middle. Little play action, like the play call there, but too high of a pass and not able to complete in this one. Wide open though.
the Crimson Tide are moving down this field. They're really hurrying up the offense, quick play calling, quick setup of plays and formations, and it's showing. It's catching the Tigers really off guard.
Yeah, time continues to wind down. 1 minute and 28 seconds left in this second quarter.
Scott will be in the shotgun. He'll look to pass this one, a screen play to Brown. We've seen this one before. He jukes out a Tigers defender and will be a bit short of the first down. Might pick up that first down. It would be huge for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, we keep talking about it. Brown is another one of those not as strong or big of a guy, but super agile, able to make multiple Tigers defenders miss and pick up a huge yardage, leading to a Dunbar 1st and goal inside the 5.
So Scott will attempt this one, a 1st and goal after the Brown screenplay. A simple handoff, and Harvin will get in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Harvin with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Simple handoff, base inside zone, and just too much power from Harvin there.
Yeah, he's really been able to get anything he wants. I don't think he's been tackled for a loss or even a gain of less than 4 yards today. If Dunbar really wanted to go to it, I'm guessing they could continue to run the ball every single play and really be able to work down the field like they are. But Wilson's defense, again, looks shaky, giving up the 4th straight touchdown on 4 straight possessions. Dunbar looking to extend their lead on this extra point.
Panayo looking to put his first extra point through after getting his first one blocked, and that'll be blocked again. The Tigers showing some special teams presence here, blocking 2 kicks early from Panayo.
Yeah, that's got to be the one shine of light that you see through this game. Had some big returns from Day earlier in this game, and then 2 blocked field goals and a stopped 2-point conversion. Special teams has been the strong points of this Wilson team so far. Wilson, 40 seconds left to make this offensive drive going. Got to think that they try to really attack downfield with some passing. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, you hope you can get at least a field goal here before the half. Down big already, 26-0.
Kicking off at Dunbar, number 8. Back deep for the Tigers, number 2.
Panayo to kick this one off after the 2nd blocked extra point attempt. Johnson and Collins back to take this one back. And a flag will be thrown. Looks like the Crimson Tide will jump off sides once again, and that'll go back 5 yards. Panayo gonna have to redo that one.
Yeah, that's been the one downside of this team for Dunbar. Had some special teams trouble. Kickoffs haven't been great. Have some muffs of those. 2 extra points blocked, and haven't been able to get the greatest returns on kickoffs or punts.
Coach Rogers and the Tigers offense really looking for something here. Important drive.
Yeah, Rogers can't be happy with the way his team is playing, being down 26 points in this first half.
Panayo boots this one to Armani Johnson, who gets it on a 1-hop, and will take this back to the 27-yard line. A solid return, but good coverage there from the Crimson Tide to prevent Johnson's outbreak.
Yeah, now 32 seconds left in this first half. Wilson's got to make something happen if they want to get on the scoreboard. Got to attack downfield. We'll see what they do here.
"32 seconds left. Tigers looking to make something happen to end this first half. A 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line after the Armani Johnson return.
Yeah, interesting. Prince still not been on the field so far. This game has been on the sidelines with his jersey in, all helmet and pads on. Interesting to see, and not sure what's happening with him not getting any carries.
Garavatierne will be in the shotgun and hand it off to Rosebar, who powers through for about 4 yards. Rosebar, a prevalent power back for this Tigers team, and boy does it show. It's hard to bring that guy down.
Yeah, it looks like Wilson maybe try to get one more play and elects to not call the timeout, let this clock wind down. Might not even call a play before this one ends.
Garavatierne will be in the shotgun and they will snap it, but Rosebar will get it. He's met by a swarm of Crimson Tide defenders, and that'll be the half. So we go into this one, the Tigers down 26-0 here, after the Dunbar Crimson Tide go crazy offensively in that first half, scoring 4 offensive touchdowns on 2 plays of 50 yards or more. We'll be back after the second half. We're Wilson Live. If you're interested, please make sure to drop a subscribe button down below and hit that bell to turn on post notifications. We'll be here all night, and we have coverage of Wilson sports in any setting. We'll be back after the half. Welcome back. Good evening. We're here at Horace Fleming III Field for the second half of a Wilson Tigers football game. They're hosting the Dunbar Crimson Tide, and it was all Crimson Tide first half, 26-0. 4 offensive touchdowns for the Crimson Tide, 2 by the power back Daquan Harvin, and a long passing touchdown down the sideline facilitated by Jabril Scott. Tigers looking to get the offense going here, but they'll have to kick it off first to the dangerous return man, Michael Brown.
Yeah, Wilson's offense really struggling in this first half. Really wasn't able to get anything going. See if they can get a big defensive stop early and then get their offense and try to get some points on the board. Special team.
Wall will kick this one off. And we're underway here in the second half. That'll be brought back, though.
Yeah, that was a great kick right there by Wall. Brings that one inside the 5, but this one's going to be brought back around 5 yards after the false start on Wilson.
We saw that called twice in the first half on Dunbar, and now the Tigers the victim of that penalty. That'll push them back 5 yards, and we'll redo this kick. See if Wall can put the same boot on it as he did the first one. Dangerous position here as Daquan Harvin and Michael Brown will be back to return this one. Explosive return man.
Tigers will kick the ball from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, rain is completely stopped now. 58 degrees. A beautiful 7:18 on a beautiful Friday night.
And now we're underway in the second half. That'll head in the direction of Harvin, who will take it back with a lot of room. Still not met by a Tigers defender. He'll hit a stiff arm, and Wall will bring him down at the 45-yard line. Wilson's own 46. Harvin with a great return, and Wall, the kicker, forced to tackle him there.
Yeah, Wilson really struggled with making some tackles. Coach Rogers wasn't very happy with some of his guys tackling in this first half. This time it's Wall able to bring the return man out of bounds. Another Wilson injury, but a great sign in terms of injuries. We see Landon Price back on the field. Should be sliding in as a cornerback. Also, we see him on the offensive side of the ball, getting some carries. So great sign if you're a Wilson fan to have him back on the field.
Yeah, interesting to see that Prince is back in this one. Seemed to me like it was a punishment of some kind from Coach Rogers because Prince is such a dynamic back, and it's interesting to see here subbed on the defensive side of things. He's usually not as prevalent on the defense, but good to see him back out on the field for the Tigers.
Yeah, he had some injury issues 2 weeks ago in that game against Eastern, but I mean again that game against Ballou, but thought that all relieved up as he played against Eastern this past weekend. Looks to be number 66, number 60. Seems to be all right. Seems to be limping off the field. So now Dunbar with some great field position after the big return, looking to add to their point total of already 26 points and extend their lead.
So the Crimson Tide back on the field at the 46-yard line. A 1st and 10 will be set up here to start the second half. And they'll drop back to throw it. A little slip screen to Harvin, who has lots of room. And he'll be brought down by Naki Robinson towards the sideline, but not before gaining a first down. Scott with a great decoy there on the run, and a slip screen from Harvin, who had lots of room.
Yeah, similar play to call to one they went to in that first half. Great blocks by some of those Dunbar wide receivers, able to pick up a first down and more, driving in towards that red zone. Wilson needs a stop here.
So that'll set up another 1st and 10 Scott is in the shotgun. They'll snap it and throw a screen to the right side of the field, and that is Brown, who is brought down by Ian Wall, DCIAA tackle leader.
That great tackle right there by Wall. We know Brown is a hard man to tackle, very agile, made some huge plays in that first half, including a touchdown. Looking to continue that, but this time Wall's able to pick him up after that little screen bubble pass to the right. Only a game around 3.
So interesting to see. They come out with another screen. Brown, really agile. We know they like to throw those screen passes and short plays to have him have some open room. Now a 2nd and 8 after the Wall tackle. They'll hand it off to Harvin. Harvin will be brought down by Wall once again.
Yeah, these blocks continue to open up holes for Harvin. We usually saw Harvin just be able to break some tackles. This time he's running right behind that offensive line, able to pick up some good yardage and pick up the first down inside the red zone.
First down and 10 for the Crimson Tide.
Tigers looking to get a big stop to start this second half and get the offense on the field. Scott in the shotgun. He'll look to pass. Quick curl. And that was Elijah Starkey, who will pick up a gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, haven't seen much from Starkey so far in this game. Little curl pass to that left-hand side. Wilson not expecting this call, as there hasn't been a lot of short passes to the wide receivers besides bubble screens or screens to the running back. Able to pick up some good yardage.
So that'll be a 2nd and 5 from the 17 for the Crimson Tide. Tigers looking to get a big stop here with 10 minutes and 5 seconds left. Scott will take the snap and throw another quick screen pass, but that is swallowed up by the Tigers, and a big tackle from Taiwan Day to the top of your screen.
Yeah, big play, 3rd down inside that red zone. 3rd down and 5. Wilson needs a stop here if they want to get their offense back on the field and give them some momentum. Talked about in that first half, key injury for Wilson on the defensive end. Connor Riley, linebacker, went down with a little bit of a shoulder injury. We see him on the sideline, not in pads or in his helmet. Not looking good for this Wilson team going forward.
Scott is in the shotgun. He's got Brown to his left. Harvin to his left, and he'll motion Harvin and give him a pitch, and he's knocked out of bounds by Robert Nelson. Looks to be short of the first down after a gain of 4 yards. Should be a short 4th down. Interesting to see here if the Crimson Tide decide to go for this one.
Yeah, the Crimson Tide has been successful on the multiple opportunities that they've gone for on 4th down. Offense is staying on the field. Got to think that they try to go for a run through the middle, as that's been the most effective thing so far. See if Wilson can get a stop here, maybe try to stack the box.
4th and 1, big play to start this second half. Scott is in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Harvin, who has loads of room and hits a hole, and touchdown. Crimson Tide, they extend the lead greatly by getting on the board early here to start this second half. That's the 3rd touchdown for Daquan Harvin, the leading rushing leader of the DCIAA.
Yeah, definitely hit that 1,000-mark game in his 7th appearance so far this season. This time tries the runners originally to try to go up the middle, but he's such a talented guy that he's able to see that hole to that left side, make one guy miss, and just take it in for 6 on that 4th down opportunity.
So a big 4th and 1 to start the second half, and the Tigers do not prevail. Harvin gets the best of them and will score his 3rd touchdown of the day. Now the Crimson Tide setting up to go for 2. They'll motion Brown across the screen and hand it off to Brown, who will waltz into the end zone. And that'll be a 2-point conversion completed.
Yeah, I'm loving the play calls right now from Dunbar. Really been able to mix it up nicely and really keep this defense on their toes. Wilson really hasn't had a counter for it. Haven't been able to predict what's happening or anything. We've seen Wilson struggle on certain things like quarterback runs, which Dunbar really hasn't even been able to hasn't been forced to go to. Defense today has just not looked good, as they've looked a lot better in previous games.
So frustrating for the Tigers to start this second half, but let's see if they can get something going offensively and get some points on the board. 34-0 now, Dunbar. The classic Armani Johnson and Jason Collins back to return this one. Penayo to kick this one off. They'll send a solid boot into the hands of Jason Collins. Collins will cut this one back upfield to the 40-yard line and will be brought down at the 37. Good return from Collins there, who redirects his run back to the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Johnson like we talked about before. We talked to him last Thursday about his team and just how young this team is. He talked a lot about how a lot of these guys, due to COVID last year, haven't played a single game of competitive football. And it's shown on little mistakes that they've made. They've really had to stick to basics on the offense and defensive end. And especially with the shortened off season, this team really hasn't been able to get to their full potential yet.
So Gadavaterne will lead the offense, per usual, to set up a 1st and 10 here after the solid Jason Collins return. Gadavaterne in the shotgun. He'll take the snap and hand it off to Collins to his right. Collins will be brought down. Big tackle there by number 17, Calvin Thompson, in the backfield. That'll be no gain.
Yeah, Wilson's offense usually seen their run game be pretty effective in these last 2 games. Not the case today. Able to pick up a couple yards on each run. Like there, they pick up 1 yard, but really haven't been able to string some first downs together and really be able to drive into their red zone. Still having that 0 on the scoreboard.
So they will rule that a gain of 1 on that play. That'll set up a 2nd and 9 here for Gadavaterne in the offense. Hoping to get some points on the board. Gadavaterne is in the shotgun. He's got Collins to his right on this important 2nd and 9. And that'll be a penalty before the Tigers can even snap the football. Looks like a legal formation.
Yeah, penalties not a biggest factor as we expected for this Wilson team. We know they've struggled with them all season long. Haven't been as big of a factor as in previous games, but still they've hurt on their offense and defense, giving some free yards for them and for Dunbar, and giving up some big yards for their offense.
So a 2nd and what should be 14 now after that penalty. 7 minutes and 25 seconds and counting. Gadavaterne will take the shotgun snap. Looks like a busted play. He'll roll out to his right. A flag is thrown, but Gadavaterne is brought down. Looks to be shaken up towards the end of that play.
Yeah, pocket just broke down early. Not a good sign. Not the player that you want to be injured for this team. Looks to be all right, but still, we talked to Coach Rogers. He doesn't like when Gadavaterne goes out of the pocket. He likes him to stay in the pocket. If the pocket breaks down, he likes it when he rushes up the middle, not towards that sideline.
So that'll be holding on the Tigers on that one.
Marking him even farther back. Wilson's offense struggling so far.
That'll set up a long 2nd down. 2nd and 19, what should be.
So yeah, some confusion with Gadavaterne and Coach Rogers and the refs.
That'll set up a 2nd and 21 now after the play. I think the refs are concerned with Gadavaterne. He might have to go through concussion protocol or something.
Yeah, so the backup quarterback, or one of the backup quarterbacks, Johnson, naturally a wide receiver, will come out as the quarterback here. Maybe try to go into a wildcat set. Expect a quarterback run here, if I'm guessing.
Yeah, tough here though from Gadavaterne. Johnson will check in for a long 2nd and 21. Collins is to his right. And Johnson will take the snap and hand it off simply to Collins. Collins will break through a couple of tackles and hit a hole and gain about 4 yards. Pretty decent run for Collins, but not enough on a long 2nd down. That'll set up a long 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't like the play call there. I get it that you have your starting quarterback and the guy who could throw for you out, but still like to see them try to attack maybe outside or try to pick up some more yardage. Looks like Gadavaterne is going to be able to check back into this one.
Yeah, interesting there. Maybe Rogers wanted to get him a breather on a play, but now he'll be back in on a 3rd and 21. Huge if the Tigers want to have any success in this one. Gadavaterne is in the shotgun. He's got Collins to his right, the basic formation they love to run. He'll drop back and look to pass this one on a long 3rd and 21, and he'll be sacked in the backfield. The Crimson Tide get to the quarterback, and that's Elijah Starkey with a huge sack that will force the punt team to run on the field now.
Yeah, trying to attack downfield. Great defense right there, but it's Dunbar secondary. Able to pick up all the defensive plays right there. Gadavaterne has nothing for him. Elects to take the sack, and Wilson's team marches back towards their own end zone, forced to give Dunbar a great field position, likely after this punt.
Starkey able to get in the backfield there and bring down Gadavaterne.
Back deep to return for Dunbar, also number 5.
So Wall back this one to punt. Interesting, we talked about it. Connor Riley, the long snapper, injured in this game, so in will come number 55, Drew Dozier, to snap this one. See if there's any struggles with this one.
Good snap. Wall will boot it off. A bit of a high one. And that'll be muffed, but caught once again by Brown, who will break into the open field and backpedal and turn around and walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Looks to be a flag towards the end of that one, though. Boy, that was a crazy play, facilitated by Michael Brown, who has been all over the place today. Wall with a bit of a shorter punt, high in the air. Brown runs and gets it, hits off his hands. He catches it after the bobble and runs that one all the way back for a Crimson Tide touchdown, but it looks to be blown dead by the refs, and it will, fortunately enough for the Tigers, be a redo punt.
Yeah, not the greatest punt right there by Wall, like he said. Brown is able to just get lots of momentum moving forward. And we know he's a speedy guy. He's able to pick this one up, but it's going to be a holding call. Bring this one back. We saw Josiah Sanders' helmet come off. Was not happy on that play. We'll see what the refs mark on this one, how much they're going to be moving forward.
Touchdown is good for the Crimson Tide. There is a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike
Oh boy.
against the Crimson Tide.
So in a huge turn of events favoring the Crimson Tide,
Crimson Tide versus
that
Zero.
unsportsmanlike conduct will be added to the end of the play. So that'll be 15 yards on this extra point here, but no effect on the touchdown. Interesting call there.
Yeah, Coach Rogers not happy with this one, along with the defense. Thought that one is going to be marked back after some special teams trouble. We talked about earlier in this game, we thought the one show of light or one star of light was this special teams. We're able to block 2 extra points, along with getting some great returns on some punts and kick returns. But some special teams trouble in the second half, leading to a touchdown. And this game is at 40-0. I believe this means that the clock will continue to run. There'll be no stoppage. So this game is looking towards its end. 4 minutes left in this third quarter.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of game ahead of us, but at this moment it looks like the Crimson Tide are in commanding control. So not exactly sure what was called on that penalty there, but the Crimson Tide will not be affected on this 2-point conversion. Scott will drop back and pass this one. He has plenty of time. A flag is thrown in the backfield, but Scott rolls to his right and is brought down by DCIAA tackle leader Ian Wall once again.
Yeah, big sack right there. Looks like it's gonna be a penalty on the offense. Probably be a decline penalty by Wilson. Lead to a big kick return. Looking for Wilson to try to get on the board on this next offensive possession. So looking forward for the rest of this season, like we talked about earlier, this is the second to last week of DCIAA football. Next week we'll see Dunbar face Ballou in a game at Dunbar, and Wilson will play Woodson. We'll play Woodson next week here at Wilson High School. So we'll be back next Friday for a beautiful game. Wilson looking to close their season out with a W.
So it does look like the penalty towards the end of that punt will be added to this kickoff, kicking from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't know the exact call or the exact rule of when the penalty is enforced on one of those penalties. But now Wilson looking to get some great field position, trying to get some points on the board late in this third quarter.
Yeah, we know Panayo has had some trouble with his kickoffs, but Collins and Johnson back to try and make a good return. The Tigers will push up on their kicking unit. Panayo boots this one into the hands of Collins, who has plenty of room and will be met at the 45-yard line by the Crimson Tide defenders. Collins with a good return after the penalty and a lot of room there.
Yeah, Wilson looking to try to get the points on the board, try to add some stats to their stat sheet, just gain some momentum leading into next week.
We have an injured player on the field.
Another injury on the field, not good to see.
So an injury timeout on the field presents us with a good opportunity to say, if you enjoy Wilson Live in this broadcast, make sure to drop a subscribe button down below and hit that bell right next to the subscribe button to turn on post notifications. We're here at almost every Wilson sporting event, every home game for sure, and we've had a great week so far. We've covered all of the DCIAA tournament for both boys and girls soccer, which went very successfully for Wilson, both teams making it to the DCIAA championship. And we're here almost every week with Tigers football, and we'll be here next week once again at Horace Fleming the third field playing against Woodson. Like to see here the Tigers come back after this injury timeout and be aggressive slinging the ball. Get Godovaterne some looks to air it out.
ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the cheerleaders from Wilson and Dunbar. Let's give that gentleman a round of applause as he exits the field. It'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers at their 46 yards.
So we're back after the injury timeout. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman for what has been a one-sided affair so far today. The Dunbar Crimson Tide capitalizing on the Tigers' poor defensive play and up 40-0. Gadaviterne will be in the shotgun looking to get something going. He hands it off to Rosebar, who has a lot of room and will be met by the secondary and clipped up by Isaiah Brandon, cornerback. But good run by Rosebar to get the offense starting for the Tigers, and will not move the sticks. Should be a gain of 9, that means.
Yeah, this play should be extended even more. I think there was a penalty flag on the play. This should be going on Dunbar, but we'll see. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Like we said before, due to Dunbar being up more than 35 points, clock will continue to run for the rest of this game until the score is below 35.
Personal foul against the Crimson Tide.
So that's going to be a personal foul against Dunbar. See how much they're going to move this one up.
Oh boy, looks like a huge gain for the Tigers on that penalty.
Inside the 30, marching towards that red zone, trying to add points to the scoreboard as we enter the 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
Tigers have seen the end zone so far this game. Collins had a huge rush in the first half that was called back after a hold. Gadaviterne is in the shotgun. He's got Rosebar to his left once again, who had a good run, but is swallowed up that time by number 51, Jaden Trice. Rosebar's success is depleted.
Yeah, we saw it early in this game. Dunbar's defensive line was really just getting in the backfield. Wilson started out this game going a lot to that I formation, was not super successful in this run game as Dunbar's defense was all over it. Very similar on that play, able to get in the backfield and tackle him for a big loss.
So the Tigers have to score here if they want to make anything of this half. Huge possession here for Gadaviterne in the offense. He is in the shotgun. He's got Rosebar, the power back to his right. Armani Johnson to the bottom of your screen. He'll drop back and pass. He's looking Lavon Chambers' way towards the bottom of your screen and just overthrown. Good attempt there from Gadaviterne. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, Wilson is really on these plays. When they're passing the ball, they've really tried to attack downfield, especially towards that sidelines. Interesting. We saw previously in these last couple games, Wilson really tried to attack the inside of the field a lot on some slants. Really haven't seen that today. See if Coach Rodgers has just switched up his playbook a little bit. Really hasn't been successful on completing those passes downfield. Clock winds down. Should be the last play of this quarter if they can get it off.
And they will not. So that'll be the end of the third quarter, and we'll be back to start the fourth quarter.
Your score, Dunbar Crimson Tide 30, Wilson Tigers 0.
And we're back to start this fourth quarter. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. The Tigers' struggles continue here into this fourth quarter, still down 40-0. Gadavaterne will look to get something going. He is in the shotgun. He'll drop back to pass this one. He's looking down the middle of the field. He has Levon Chambers wide open, but just overthrown. Incomplete. Good attempt there from the Tigers. That was exactly the right idea. And Chambers wide open, but just missed by Gadavaterne.
Yeah, can't be happy with that one. Chambers wide open, able to beat his man in man coverage. Wide open on that little post route over the middle. But Gadavaterne is not able to connect on this one. His throws have been not the greatest today. Hasn't been able to connect downfield at all.
So this will set up a 4th and 13. You got to think this is the time for the Tigers to get on the board, or at least pick up a first down here and get the offense moving. Still down 40-0. Ball on the 32-yard line. Gadavaterne is in the shotgun. He's got power and blocking back Rosebar to his left. Taiwan Day to the bottom of your screen and Levon Chambers to the top. Gadavaterne will take the snap and drop back and throw this one. He fires across the middle of the field to Wall, and it hits his hands. That'll be a drop for Wall. Tough pass, but a good throw by Gadavaterne under pressure. Wall just unable to grab that one.
Yeah, great ball right there by Gadavaterne. This one's going to go on Wall. Not a usual thing that we're saying his name doing something bad, but this time has started playing more of a tight end role on the offense, and this time Gadavaterne able to find him wide open in the middle of the field. Not able to complete that one. Still a little bit of a high pass, still a tough patch to catch, but if it's touching your hands, you got to be able to wrap that one in.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Also, Wall not too experienced in that Tigers passing offense. He's usually more of a blocking tight end, so interesting to see he's getting some reps on a big 4th down that was incomplete. Clock continuously running down. Scott will look to pass this one. That's tipped up in the air. Almost picked off by Messiah Petty. Dangerous play there from the Crimson Tide, who come out firing on the first down.
Yeah, great defense right there by Wilson. Defensive backs were all over that, and maybe it should have been an interception. Lucky to have that one back with Jabril Scott thrown into coverage.
Jabril Scott has been quite fantastic so far in this one, but almost made a mistake there. That'll set up a 2nd and 10. Scott back to throw this one again. They run that screen pass to Brown like they like to do, but he is swarmed by Tigers defenders, but not before a gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, they continue to go to those screen passes. Their wide receivers have done an amazing job of laying their blocks for Brown to really be able to get upfield and use his speed. This time, Wilson does a great job of picking up a tackle early. Only a gain of around 3 or 4, leading down to a third down and 6.
For the Crimson Tide at the 37-yard line. It was a timeout on the field.
Timeout called by the Crimson Tide.
So Wilson looking to try to get the ball back. 8 minutes and 47 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Trying to get on the scoreboard. Dunbar currently has a 40-0 lead. Wilson has struggled on both sides of the ball today. Can't be happy with this one.
So looking ahead for the Tigers, considering that this might be a loss here, still plenty of time. 8 minutes and 47 seconds left in this fourth quarter, but if the Tigers want to do something, they have to make it happen sooner rather than later, as they have to get multiple scores on this board. But next week, they will play against H.D. Woodson, and that will be here at Horace Fleming III Field once again.
Yep, should be a beautiful game to close out the season. Wilson to look to end their season with a W.
So now Brown will come in to be the quarterback, and he'll do a little bit of a read option there, and he'll take it himself, but only a gain of about 1. We know Brown has been in at quarterback in past games, but he'll come in here after being up 40-0. Scott will come off.
Yeah, we saw Scott get injured in one game. wasn't able to play in one game, but we saw Brown come in and play a great game as a quarterback when that's not his natural position. Dunbar, Crimson Tide just have lots of depth at many positions.
Brown will take the snap again and run the same read option play and hand it off to the Crimson Tide back, who is wrapped up but not before a fight. That'll be a gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, defense gets the stop on 4th down. Huge play. Wilson getting the ball back in the Dunbar territory, trying to get some points on the board. Nike Robinson limping off the field, not a good sign for this team. Key defensive end for this team, brings great pressure to the quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like the slippery field might be playing into some injuries here for both teams.
Tigers, 42-yard line.
Tigers looking for anything to get them going here. So I assume with the clock running and the quick play, now that it's 40-0, the Dunbar team, will just leave this where they were stopped. Gadavaterne is in the shotgun. He'll look back and drop to pass. Heavy pressure off that left side, and he'll roll out and fire. That's Messiah Petty, who has a lot of room. Good completion there for the first down. A big pickup for Gadavaterne in the offense.
Yeah, great play call right there by Wilson. A little bit of a roll down action after the play action. Able to find a wide open Petty on that crosser route. Pick up a first down. Inside the red zone now.
So that was Saki Frost who screamed off that left side. A little bit of a cornerback blitz there, but Gadavaterne rolls out to the right and takes his time and fires a bullet to Petty. Good to see here for Gadavaterne.
It's going to be a timeout on the field. This one on Dunbar. 6 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time for Wilson to get on the board.
Yeah, hoping to at least get in the end zone before this game is over. We'll be back after the timeout. And welcome back to Wilson High School at Horace Fleming III Field here. We're back for this last 6 minutes and 10 seconds of action in this fourth quarter. I'm Liam Mervin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. Gadavaterne in the offense struggling, still have 0 points on the board. Looking to get some confidence in the boys. Gadavaterne will take the snap. He rolls back and fires downfield to Taiwan Day, who catches it.
Touchdown,
Contested.
Wilson.
Touchdown, Tigers. Taiwan Day with a contested catch in the back of the end zone. Good ball guy, Gadavaterne, and a great catch by Taiwan Day with a Dunbar defender all over him.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. Day able to reach out after a little bit too in front of him. Flag on the play. Don't know what the call is, but it looks like it's going to be on Dunbar. Pass interference. Even through the pass interference, he's able to catch this one. Great athletic play by Taiwan Day. We know he's been all over the field today on playing some cornerback, playing some great coverage. Hasn't been targeted often today, but when he does, he makes a huge play and is able to get Wilson on the board.
Good job by the Tigers, not giving up late here. Love to ski the score to give them some confidence.
Offense stays on the board, trying to go for 2.
That'll put them at 40-6. They're going for this 2-point conversion. Gadavaterne is in the shotgun. He's got Collins to his right. They'll motion Wall across the screen. Gadavaterne takes the snap and will look to throw it once again. Heavy pressure, fires to Wall, who stiff arms a defender and will get into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Exciting play from Wall there, who demonstrates his strength Good job by Godoviterne to stay calm in the pocket and fire a pass to the right side to Wall there.
Yeah, able to put another point on the board. This time it's Wall, tight end. We know he's strong. We know he's athletic. Able to shrug off one defender and fight his way into the end zone. Some shines of light late in this one for this Wilson team.
Yeah, that was a good drive put together by the Tigers and Godoviterne. That's what you like to see from Godoviterne. Quick reads, quick passes, and very accurate.
So now special teams out here looking to try to get another stop and add another score to the board for them.
Yeah, interesting to see here. We've got 5 minutes and 58 seconds left. Now that we're under a 35-point deficit, I believe the clock will not run anymore continuously. So that means that Wall will have a chance to kick this one off. You think they might attempt an onside kick here down by so many points, but not 100% positive. Still a lot of time left on this clock.
Yeah, got to think when Dunbar gets this ball that they try to run the ball as much as possible, run the clock down, as not to give Wilson another chance to score.
Wall, after his 2-point conversion, gets on his kicking shoe and will look to boot this one off.
Kicking off for the Tigers is number 11, Ian Wall.
Really good kick by Wall there. That will go into the end zone and be a touchback for the Tigers. And a unnecessary play. A shove from behind. That'll be a big penalty on the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, Wall can really do it all. We saw him score on that 2-point conversion. This time able to put in a huge boot and able to put this one in the end zone. Crimson Tide return man aren't naturally seeing these kickers that are able to boot this one that deep. So not expecting that one.
Wall been very, very solid today, per usual. Michael Brown will head to the receiver position. He was the quarterback last drive, but they'll go back to the trusty Jabril Scott now.
The flag is waved off. Be first down and 10 for the Crimson Tide at the 24-yard line.
So seemed like offsetting penalties there towards the end of that. Good kick by Wall. Tigers defense looking to get one of their few stops in this game. Scott is in the shotgun. And he'll drop back to pass. He'll step up in the pocket after a collapsed play, and he'll be met by many Tigers defenders. Looks like he picked up that first down. A flag is thrown in the backfield though, and it looks like it will be on the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call in the back. But again, Coach Rogers can't be happy with that. Team it seems to be all over Scott. Still able to escape escape a sack and pick up the first down, but it's going to be brought back due to the holding call.
So as we stated before, because the deficit is under 35 points now, no continuous clock will be ran. But 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in this one, fourth quarter. Tigers get on the board late here, but looking to score another one.
Yeah, so Crimson Tide working deeper in towards their end zone.
Ball back to the 11-yard line. First down and 20 for the Crimson Tide.
So Scott is in the shotgun for a 1st and 20 after the hold. He'll drop back and pass. He has a man deep. Brown is open, and he'll catch it. A deep bomb.
Pass is
by Jabril Scott to Michael Brown, a connection we've seen more than once today.
Yeah, that's the second deep pass connected between Scott and Brown. This time it's more over towards the middle, pick up around 40 or 50 yards. Huge play. We continue to say Brown's name. He's all over the field on screen passes, deep passes, this time able to burn his man and pick up a huge gain.
Scott with a pretty ball there to the open Brown. He'll take this one and hand it off to the Crimson Tide back, who has lots of room. He'll bounce this one out to the outside, and he will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Yeah, another big run play. Back-to-back huge play for this Crimson Tide team. Nike Robinson, you can see him on the sideline. Seems frustrated with this one. Not happy with the way his team is playing. So back-to-back huge plays leading to a Crimson Tide touchdown. Score goes back up to a 35-point deficit. Clock should go back to continuously running.
So Scott, with the 2-point conversion, he'll be brought down by Casey Wood. Good sack there for Wood.
No good for the Crimson Tide. The score, Crimson Tide 46, Wilson.
Yep, big sack on that 2-point conversion. Not able to extend the lead even more. Wilson looking to get a big return here and add to the score. Like we talked about earlier, this is a very young team. This team is developing a new head coach, new mentality that this team has to bring. They're going to have tough losses, and all they got to do is just learn from them and help develop and build this program that Coach Rogers wants to build.
Yeah, a really young team, as Nat said, not just with the lack of seniors and reclasses, but also they have some seniors who have never played football in their lives before. So this is a learning process, and you can see the Tigers improving every week. Obviously, this will be a tough one here if they're unable to pull this one out, but a learning experience every game for the Tigers.
Yeah, and credit to this Dunbar team. They're a very talented team. A little miscommunication between Collins and Armani Johnson. Collins still able to make a great return, though.
Yeah, it looks like he had some room there. A little miscommunication. Johnson calls it, then runs out. Collins confused, but he'll return that one to the 25-yard line. Out of a Tierney. Looking to see if he can keep his passing success here.
Yeah, look for him to try to continue to attack down that sideline or attack towards that middle. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. Still plenty of time for him to get on the board.
We still have not seen Landon Prince in this one, besides checking in defensively. Not sure what's going on there. So this will be a 1st and 10. Continuous clock running as the deficit is 35 points or more now.
Timeout, Dunbar.
The Crimson Tide will call their final timeout. We'll be back with you after this one. And we're back here in this one. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left after the Dunbar Crimson Tide timeout. I'm Liam Irvin alongside Nathaniel Wigman. Godovaterne looking to make something happen. Collapsed pocket. Flag is thrown in the backfield. And Godovaterne will be brought down for a loss.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play. Don't know what the call is. Probably going to be against Wilson. Again, we appreciate you being here. We'll be live for all kinds of sports to the rest of this season, rest of football season, the rest of basketball season, and all the way through this spring.
Yeah, we've got looking forward to the basketball season. Big recruits like Darren Buchanan Jr., Marvin Brimage, and we'll also be here for baseball season. Got guys like Kai Lexus, Gabe Alexander, looking to make an impact on the Tigers.
There was a holding penalty against the Tigers.
So that's going to be a holding call on Wilson.
By the Crimson Tide. It'll be second down and 13.
Wilson moving forward inside the 3-minute mark now. Got to make something happen if they want to add to their scoreboard. Got to move quickly.
Yeah, tough though. Only 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Continuous clock running down. A second and 13 here for Godovaterne in the offense. He'll drop back and pass this one. He has an open Taiwan Day who catches this one and will bounce it out to the outside and fall out of bounds. Taiwan Day been the best receiver for this Tigers offense all day.
Yeah, got to think that they continue to go to the hurry up as there's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Godovaterne does not go to that though. Huddle's still out there. Goes to the sideline like he does for every play.
(46-8) here. The Dunbar Crimson Tide played a very clean game offensively. No turnovers yet from both teams, which is interesting considering the slippery field and cold weather, but good control from both teams. Crimson Tide just overpowering with the run game so far. Godovaterne is in the shotgun, per usual. He's got Collins to his right. And he'll drop back to pass. Looking all over the field, going through his progressions, and he'll try to pass it to Jason Collins, but through his hands.
Yeah, a little bit overthrown ball right there, a little too high for Collins. Still probably could have brought that one down, but got to make something happen. Like to see them try to attack downfield, but great coverage from the Dunbar Crimson Tide secondary. Minute and 15 seconds left. Wilson trying to get something going, try to score on their second straight drive.
Yeah, tough play there. Godovaterne obviously going through his progressions, feet chopping a bit, looked a little nervous, but he had a man, just missed him. 50 seconds left. Godovaterne will look to make one final attempt to get in the end zone. An overthrow of Levon Chambers.
Yeah, Godovaterne has struggled all game with missing reads. Made some great passes in the previous drive, but he continues to just miss basic throws that we know he can make. We talked about all season long that he has every attribute to be a successful quarterback. He's tall, he's strong, he's a smart guy, and he's got everything that's going for him, but really hasn't been able to connect with his wide receivers today, and it's really hurt his team.
Yeah, well, looking ahead for the Dunbar Crimson Tide, they've got their last game of the season at Dunbar High School against Ballou, who the Tigers took a W against 2 weeks ago. You guys saw that on Wilson Live, so that should be a confidence booster for the Crimson Tide, knowing that they are going into a easier opponent.
Yeah, that's going to be a false start on Wilson. Credit to Dunbar. They played an exceptional game today. Really closing out their season nicely. If they can win this one and win the next one, going into the playoffs, got to be confident that they can try to make a run for the championship title, especially after a loss 2 weeks ago to Roosevelt.
Yeah, the story of this one is just the overpowering offense from the Crimson Tide. Jabril Scott, Daquan Harvin gets in the end zone 3 times and picks up well over 1,000 yards on the season. He had a great game for the Crimson Tide today, and really no answer from the Tigers defense. Jabril Scott with great passing presence. He's that lefty quarterback. Loves to sit in the pocket, looks really comfortable back there, and made some great throws, including a couple of deep balls to his guy, Michael Brown. Tigers' story was a little bit weaker. Tierney with not too great of a game, but seemed like the Tigers were close the whole game, but just weren't able to make anything happen. Tierney will pick up a great run there.
Yeah, huge play right there by Tierney to make the pick up a huge first down with his legs. Wilson going to call this timeout, trying to get these last couple plays in with 15 seconds left. Add to their score tally.
"15 seconds left in this one." Looking ahead for the Tigers, this will drop them to 2-3 in league play, and their 2-game win streak will come to an end, putting them at an overall record of 2-6. They've got their final game at Horace Fleming III Field here next week, facing up against H.E. Woodson in what should be a tough one. The last regular season game of the season, and then we'll head into DCIAA playoffs.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Rogers, like we said, and he talked about looking forward for the rest of this season and the rest of next season. He talked about looking forward to really building this program in this offseason. He talked about how he didn't have a full offseason this season, so he's looking forward to be able to work with his guys and really get ready for next season, having a complete offseason to get these guys in the best shape they can and be able to develop their offense and defense to have a great year next year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. As we said earlier in the broadcast, the Tigers are improving every time they step out on the field, and that's really important for these guys to get the reps and the experience and come back even stronger next year. Tierney looking to make something happen here. He is in the shotgun, and he'll drop back and pass. A straight passing set, and he'll fire this one way deep. He's got Levon Chambers open, a little bit overthrown though. Good opportunity from the Tigers there, but incomplete. And that clock will tick down. That'll be the end there for the Tigers, who fall way short to the Dunbar Crimson Tide. They'll lose 46-8 at Horace Fleming III Field here. It's been Liam Irvin and Nathaniel Wigman. Once again, this is Wilson Live. If you've liked this content or this game, please drop a subscribe button down below and hit the bell next to the subscribe button to turn on post notifications. Drop a like on this video and comment. We'll be back